We're now about to go live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now live.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
All right, listen, you are tuned in to WSKB 89.5 FM. My name is Bobby Goff, and you are tuned into specifically the Bobby G and Company show. And we are one short today. We're at least one fry short of a Happy Meal. And that's...
We're always one fry short of Happy Meal.
Amen to that. My usual co-host, Lynn O'Brien, she was out in Ohio with the grandkids and actually managed to break her knee. So I don't know if, Pete, I don't even know how much of this you know. Jimmy, her husband, drove their camper from here to Ohio by himself to pick her up.
I didn't know that. I was wondering how she was going to get back.
Yeah, because I had said to her, I says, well, you flew out. Are you flying back? She goes, I couldn't. She says, I said, well, why not first class? She says, I would have had to have bought 2 tickets side by side in order to be able to stretch out. That was the only way they were going to fly her home.
Yeah, because she's got to keep her knee probably straight.
Yeah. So Jimmy ended up driving all the way to Ohio, nonstop, picked her up, had her stretched out on their couch in the camper, and drove her back home. So she's home now, resting. A little short-sighted, though, on the Ohio medical profession. They didn't give her enough pain pills to get through to her MRI. So now she's without pain medication, and according to what she told me at 1:30 this morning, she's in agony. And so, yeah. So
why don't you go to the emergency room?
That's kind of what I was thinking. She had said she was going to go to urgent care today and see what they could do for her there. But my immediate thought was, like you just said, I would have gone to the ER. Brought the records, brought the x-rays, everything else.
Show them what was going on.
Yeah, this is what's happening. What can you do for me?
I think they would have said, yeah, we understand. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, because you can understand a doctor being a little gun-shy with giving pain medication out.
Yeah, most are nowadays.
Yeah, sure.
With good reason.
I get that. But, when you don't have the MRI for another, I think it's the next week even, what's she going to do between now and then? Sit there and cry? No. I'm sorry. That's not acceptable. And so I know she was looking today to get that, at least some medicine for it to cut the edge. But, so here's the deal with this week. As you guys, if you're a regular listener to the show, you're aware that I, more times than not, I'll put together a theme for the show. And I'm just going to bring up my texting. Okay. So now, when I text the dedicated members, which are Lynn, Pete, Les Tingley, and Agawam, and my wife, I have actually text Hope so that she has it written down. I same copy and paste. Same text goes out to everybody. This is what I sent them this week. So this is your theme for this week. So this week's theme is, how well do you know Bobby G? Now, I have always been into fast cars. What songs do you think that I would crank up on the radio? Serious answers only. No gag songs like country or rap. Let's see what you all come up with. Bragging rights to the winner.
I think I did pretty good.
You did. So that's what the theme was today, is how well do you know Bobby G? So in my normal 2-hour format.
You wish.
Yeah. My normal 2-hour format, I have 8 songs that we play. That's not including the intro, which was the theme song from Superman with Christopher Reeves. Love that piece. So that was kind of give you an idea. If that was on the radio, I would definitely crank that. So you're going to hear 8 songs today throughout the course of this show. And 4 of them were picked by Lynn, Pete, Les, and my wife, Hope. The other 4, I reached out to 4 of my buddies, my brothers from other mothers, and gave them the same criteria. And they gave me 4 songs. So you're going to hear the 4 songs that they chose as well. And I will tell which one got the closest. There were some really good choices. And I'm going to tell you right now, Pete, I'm going to give you a heads up. This was so much fun to put together. I'm going to do part 2 next week.
Oh, boy.
So you got another chance of swinging the bat.
Let's stroke Bobby's ego one more time.
No. It's just the whole. It's not about that. The whole thing is that you guys picked great music. Even if you were nowhere near the mark, like Les, it was still a really good song. I had never even heard of that song. He picked a great band, but I had never even heard of that song. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, teaser, what song didn't I hear of? But anyway, it is 6:09, and I can honestly tell you it's awesome because my clock in my car is finally right. I knew it would be eventually. I was one of those. It is a pain in the tuchus to change the clock in a BMW.
Mine has a little button that says daylight savings time. You can check or uncheck it. And that's what.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that in mind. But I was able to get the last 2 bottles of Ruby Red Grapefruit Seltzer from Pride, so hopefully the Polar guy replaces them. But I love that. It's my favorite flavor, and nobody carries that anymore. You used to be able to get even 2-liter bottles of all these flavors. You can't do that anymore either.
Really? Because Polar's only in Worcester.
Yeah, I know. And it's ridiculous to me. And plus, think about it. Seltzer water is just regular water with CO2 injected in it and a little bit of flavor. And yet it's more expensive than a 1-liter bottle of soda.
Because it's popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, I get it. So we're going to be kicking back and having fun today. So it's kind of chilly out there this morning. So I was going to say you can roll down your windows, take the roof off. But, yeah, no, not yet.
Not at 28 degrees.
Not at 28 degrees. No, it's a wee bit too cold for that. Bless you.
Woo.
All right, so let's start off the show with a bang. 46 seconds of your life you're going to wish you had back.
What? What? Your name is Hugh Morris. What? Hugh Morris. What? Is that funny? Is that humorous? What? 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 What?
Get out of here.
What? 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 What?
Cut that crap out. What?
What? What?
I hate that word.
What?
All right, so this is National What Day, and there's only 4 of them today for, again, the 14th of November. And, there's, okay, I guess. Yeah, 2 of them I like. 2 of them, I don't really care about. The first one we got is National Seatbelt Day. And my kids used to always give me a hard time. Bless you. My kids used to always give me a hard time because I never wore my seatbelt. But I don't know. I just started, and now I do it all the time. It's also National Family PJ Day. So I guess on a Thursday, you're all supposed to get up wearing the same pajamas. I don't know. I could see that being a Saturday, but not a Thursday. We also have, now this one I do like, because I do like this stuff, National Spicy Guacamole Day. That's good stuff.
Oh, my God. I can't stop.
Yeah. You having a sneezing fit in there?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring in the priest. He's going to do some Latin, Dominoes, no biscuits, and give you a blessing. All right. And the last one I got for you, I was actually very disappointed that these guys were not, at least we couldn't find them, at the Big E this year. National Pickle Day. I always went to that barrel that was at the Big E.
They're around there somewhere.
They had to be, but they weren't where they used to be. There was nothing there. And if they moved, I don't know why they would move them. But, it's established. We know you're there. Stay there. Why are you moving? But so that's your National What Days. I mean, there's only 4 of them. So you had seatbelts, family PJs. We got spicy guacamole with pickles. Hey, that's what more can you ask for? I'm just saying, what more? So now let's throw some Connie Talbot at you with some Yesterday.
Yesterday,
Oh, Lord.
all my troubles seem so far away.
Sing it, Connie.
Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
All right, your historical events happening all today, the 14th of November. We've got 12 of them, so a lot of things happened on this date. Going all the way back to the year 1851. Herman Melville's Moby Dick is published in America for the first time. 1910, aviator Eugene Burton Ely performs the first takeoff from a ship in Hampton Roads, Virginia. He took off from a makeshift deck on the USS Birmingham in a Curtiss pusher. Okay. Oh, frog in my throat. 1922, the BBC begins radio service in the United Kingdom. Then we're going to fast forward to 1965. It was the Vietnam War. The Battle of La Drang begins, the first major engagement between regular American and North Vietnamese forces. 2 years later, 1967, American physicist Theodore Maiman is given a patent for his Ruby laser systems, the world's first laser. 1969, the Apollo program. NASA launches Apollo 12, the second crewed mission to the surface of the moon. 2 years later again, 1971, the Mariner program. Mariner 9 reaches Mars, becoming the first spacecraft to orbit another planet. A year later, 1972, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closes at 1,000 for the first time, ending the day at 1,006.16.
How far they've come, right?
Nah, really. The year was 1979. The event was the Iran hostage crisis. U.S. President Jimmy Carter issues Executive Order 12170, freezing all Iranian assets in the United States in response to the hostage crisis. 1995, a budget standoff between the Democrats and the Republicans in the U.S. Congress forces the federal government to temporarily close national parks and museums and to run most government offices with only skeleton crews.
Wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last time.
2002, we only got two left. The United States House of Representatives votes not to create an independent commission to investigate the 9/11 attacks. Wonder why they did that. You would think that they would want an independent review, but I don't know. That's sketchy to me. I'd never heard of that one before, but that's sketchy. And then the last one I got for you, I mean, this has been going on forever. The year was 2012. Israel launches a major military operation in the Gaza Strip as hostilities with Hamas escalate. And that's your Today in History. So we got some wildfire coming up. K and Kel.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Love you guys.
Love you guys too. It's K and Kel from Wildfire. You can check them out on YouTube. Very talented sisters, awesome voices. This is your celebrity birth section.
I have one to add, by the way, at the end.
Oh, okay. If you were born today, the 14th of November, happy birthday to you, too, from all of us here at the Bobby G and Company Show. So we're going to go back to the year 1896. Mamie Eisenhower was born today, passed away in 1979, former First Lady of the United States. 1921, Brian Keith was born today, passed away in 1997, American actor. He was in everything back in the day. This guy was everywhere. And this one you're going to know, 1927, McLean Stevenson was born today, passed away in 1996. American actor, best known for playing Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake on the television series MASH. Let's see, we got 1948. Prince Charles III was born today, the Prince of Wales. I always thought he was a putz. I don't know why. Even when he was with Princess Di, I always thought he was a putz. Anyway, moving right along. I should do my Kermit voice when I do that. Moving right along. Never mind. 1954, Condoleezza Rice was born today, former United States Secretary of State. And then the last one I got for you, and Pete, you got to put on your thinking toque. 1972, Matthew Jason Bloom was born today, and I'm going to give you some clues. He's a wrestler, American professional wrestler, and he's one of the head trainers at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Any idea?
I could probably picture him, but
Albert.
oh, okay, yeah, Albert. Yep.
Yeah. So that's your celebrity births for today. What do you got for us, Pete?
Today is my brother's birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What year was he born?
72.
Oh, no, same as Matt.
And it's also my ex-mother-in-law's birthday.
Well, happy birthday to both of them as well. All right, so we got some celebrity deaths on deck. I've only got one. It's going to take longer for The Undertaker than it will for the celebrity death. All right, it's your celebrity death, singular, for the 14th of November. And this one I had to go all the way back to the year 1915. And the individual was Mr. Booker T. Washington, born in 1856, American educator, lecturer, and African-American activist. And that's it. That's your Today in History.
Only one that interested you.
The only one. I was actually looking for additional names, but I couldn't do it. So that's your celebrity births, deaths, Today in History, and your National What Day. So that brings us at 6:21. We are up to our first song. So like I said, today's theme is How Well Do You Know Bobby G? And I reached out to four of my buddies, and the first one that got back to me was my buddy Rick. This is the guy that I do all the smoking with, and he's Herman Munster is the only way to put it. He's like 6'4", something like that. Makes me look like a child standing next to him. I love hanging out with him. Anyway, when I said to Rick, okay, look, this is what the theme is. What do you got for me? He says the first song that came to his mind, and this was like immediate, Whitesnake, Here I Go Again. Bobby G and Company. Rick knows me pretty good. Let's see who else does.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
All right, welcome back, Bobby G and Company. And that was some White Snake. Rick has known me, gosh, I'll say I'm 58, so probably 52 years, literally. We go back all the way to the first grade together. So if he didn't pick a good one, he was going to hear no end of it. And you're going to also hear in a little while, you're going to hear from one of my buddies, Randy, another one, Dave, and Tony. Tony's actually ending the show because his pick works perfect with the Carol crossover. So
Really?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she likes that rock. So and nobody. It was weird to me was that the four of you guys. So Hope included with this, you, Pete, Les, and then Lynn. You all had a hell of a time with this, and I
didn't.
I really thought that. Well, okay, yeah, you were actually I think the first one who got back to me.
Yeah.
But Lynn texted me. She goes, I've known you so long. She says, but I can't pick a song. And I'm like, well, it's not really rocket science. I'm like, I would have thought that you guys, because of being on the air with me every week, excuse me, hiccups here.
I had no problem. That was the first thing that popped in my head.
A good song. Definitely a good song. But Lynn definitely, oh, my God. I vaguely remembered the song that she picked. But I had actually texted her. My response to her when she said that to me was, not even close. And she was like, what? It's a good. I said, it's a good song. Not even close. So you'll have to wait a few minutes and we'll hear what the Titanic brings us with Lynn's choice, because it's definitely one of those sinking feelings. But listen, let's jump into some positive, upbeat stuff. We got Frankie Sinatra, the coffee song. Now, if you're driving somewhere, you can do that butt dance in your car,
Way down among Brazilians,
You know you want to.
coffee beans
Even if you're stopped at that light, everybody's looking at you funny.
find those extra cups
They're just looking at, he must be tuned into the Bobby G and Company show. That's what they're saying. I know. All right, so listen, these are the occurring facts of the week, brought to you by the Bobby G and Company show. 18 convenient locations, one near you. And Lynn, well, I mean, she's like a part-time co-host at best. I don't even know. I mean, I should probably start accepting applications. And, she's falling apart. I mean, geez, she's got more artificial pieces than original. Anyway.
Oh, boy.
These are your current facts of the week. And you can sit back and enjoy a nice current cup of coffee. And, hey, you know what's even better than that? Go hit up your local Dunkin' Donuts. Those guys have got some awesome brew. Go check them out. They got some awesome, and you can always add those flavors to it. Oh, I'm telling you, good stuff. Lots of them right here in Westfield, everywhere. All right, so here's your three current facts of the week. Just in random stuff here. And this first one I did not know, but I can't dispute it because I didn't know it. Polar bear fur is not white. It's actually clear.
Yep.
I did not know that.
I did know that.
Okay. And this one, I don't know why this is even here. This is random, it's beyond belief. The world record for carrying a milk bottle on your head is 24 miles.
Seriously?
Seriously. I'm just saying.
Okay.
And this one's gross. I was hoping Lynn was here for this one. About 1 out of every 70 people who pick their nose actually eat their boogers.
Ew.
That's gross.
I can't even do that.
No, you thought it was candy, but it's not. Hey, I'm here all week. Be kind to your server. Try the veal. That's it. Big ending.
No, no, no. So you'll full color, serving coffee with a crawler. Dunkin' doesn't take a lot of skill. They've got an awful lot of coffee, an awful lot of coffee. Man, they got a gang of coffee in Brazil.
And here's the polar bear version while carrying a bottle on his head and picking his nose. All right, there you go. Horny baby, what do you got, Pete?
All right, this Saturday, 91 South is going to be honoring one of their band members, one of people that I know, Kevin Fedora, the drummer who passed away from cancer. They're going to be rocking for Kevin this Saturday night at 7 p.m. at the East Mountain Country Club. If you want to go down south, Little Red Barn Brewers down in Winstead, Connecticut has The Dead Dogs, Saturday at 6 p.m. A free show at the Shortstop Bar and Grill. I Will Follow U2 America, must be U2 tribute group.
Okay.
That'll be tomorrow night, Friday at 8 p.m. This Sunday at 11 a.m., Gary Rome Hyundai 3rd Annual Holiday Market at the Gary Rome Hyundai in Holyoke. Lyman Orchards, I believe that's down in Connecticut, has a winter lantern festival. So Google Lyman Orchards, and you will find out about that. Skyline at 6 p.m. on Saturday has looks like a duo called Small Talk. What else we got here? Oh, this one looks interesting.
What's that?
It's a designer purse bingo at the Pioneer Valley Christian Academy, 965 Plumtree Road, Springfield, Massachusetts. That's over in Springfield. You can get your maybe get a Christmas gift if you win the bingo over there for somebody. Up here at Bright Ideas, Buddy McKern's duo will be Friday at 6 p.m. at the at Bright Ideas Brewing, 109 Appermont Way. Let's see. A lot of people are having bag bingos right now. There's one over in Chicopee. There's one at St. Mary's. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Let's see. A fall food truck festival. Ooh, where's that? 786 Center Street in Ludlow at Vanish Valley Brewing. Thai Place South Hadley and Wandering Waffles are going to be at Vanish Valley Brewing Saturday from noon to 5. What else we got for music? Let's see. John Boyle O'Reilly, Saturday at 7 p.m. General Drist is going to be back to rock the JBO Hall.
Okay.
Whiskey Travelers, Saturday at 7 p.m. at Almost Famous Brewing Company. That's down by the airport in East Granby, Connecticut. Let's see. Hauser Craft Fair, 139 Southwick Road in Feeding Hills. That must be like a cat thing. Let's see. Yep. Pawzar is the foundation for the Thomas J. O'Connor Animals Annual Craft Fair. This will be holding an event at the Polish American Club in Feeding Hills.
Okay. TJO, great cause.
Yep. And let's see. Oh, a new band at 7Bs. You're going to love this one. They're called Impromptu.
Okay.
That's the name of the band, Impromptu.
That works.
And a band that we featured at the Brewfest a couple of years ago, Shaka Zoba. They're at a place called Stella Blues, which is... It's in New Haven.
That's a bit far.
Yeah, but they're... If I'm thinking who it is, it's they're very, very good.
Okay.
And this is one that you're gonna like. Midget Mayhem Little Mania Wrestling event, East Hampton, Massachusetts, an all ages show this Sunday at 5 p.m. at the Pulaski Hall. Midget Mayhem Wrestling.
Okay. Midget wrestling is always, I always used to like that. It was a gimmick that WWE used to do back in the day, and they got away from it, but yeah.
Apparently this is all midgets.
Yeah. That sounds actually, that was in East Hampton?
Yeah.
Oh, that might be something worth looking at.
At the Pulaski Hall, Sunday at 5 p.m.
So there's also this coming Friday, so tomorrow, I believe it's from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. You'll have to make a phone call here to verify that. But the Agawam Public Library is having their Bazaar. And there's a bunch of stuff that's been donated to the library, all kinds of holiday decorations and stuff like that. And the best part is it's free. You go in, you pick out what you like, and it's free. And they've been doing this now for a couple of years, and it's a hugely popular program. And but call the library. You'll have to Google for the number, but call the library, find out. But I believe it's tomorrow from 10 to 2. And go and check it out. I mean, I know the cool part is that the high school is right next door to the library, and Hope was telling me that the kids from the high school come in and pick out something for their parents for Christmas.
That's very cool.
And so you can check that out. It's the Bazaar at the Agawam Public Library. So that's what I got for you, and that brings us right into Dark Shadows. So this is a segment of the show that we call Dark Shadows. It is my editorial piece. It can be a B&T, it can be political, it can be paranormal, it can be just about something I saw on TV that didn't set well with me. Sometimes all of the above. Sometimes it's all of the above. Today I'm going to hit two of those topics. So in this week's edition of Dark Shadows, let's start off with the left wingnuts and how they are still crying that Donald Trump is our next president of the United States and not Kamala Harris.
Do you want the disclaimer?
Pete, better hit me with my handy-dandy personal disclaimer.
The views expressed by the host over there are not those of Westfield State University.
Oh, yes, they are.
The Radio Club.
Of course they
are.
Our
underwriters, or those listening in the audience, but maybe not.
But
who knows?
Not. It's just a CYA deal, folks. All right. So now on with the segment. You know, it's been over a week since the presidential election landslide happened, and the left wingnuts are still crying about what the nation decided. Now, I do, in a way, completely understand this attitude and mindset being shown here. Remember, it was only 4 short years ago that a pandering, incompetent buffoon was elected to that office, along with someone who had actually no idea what she was doing, tagging along. No, you doubt my assessment? The only thing that they managed to embrace was the radical left ideology that constitutes less than 1% of our national population, hence the pandering comment. Now, with President Trump coming back into office in January, these wingnuts are scrambling to try and stay relevant and not be forced back under their rocks, hopefully never to be heard from again. Personally, I can't wait to see these extremists forced from the spotlight and no longer spreading their rhetoric to the masses and our children in particular. Perhaps even Target will take the nut-tuck bathing suits off the shelves. One can hope, at least. I laugh every time I see a video on social media showing some idiot having a screaming meltdown over Harris losing the election. I really find these videos to be very funny, but they also show the level of detachment present with these people. They thought that the country was going to roll over and simply let them change our society to fit their skewered belief system. But hey, lefties, look at the bright side. Kamala probably got a participation award. To those people that are engaging in riots and unruly demonstrations, I say, grow the hell up and deal with the true reality and not your fantasy life. Also, get a job and move out of your parents' basement. Reality looks so much different when you're living in it. Now on to other things. Agawam Paranormal is conducting their final investigation for the 2024 season this weekend. This has been a crazy busy year for us between cases and events, but we all love doing what we do for families and clients. We have also added a ton of new equipment to our arsenal this year, between special cameras to EMF lanterns to a haunted dead bell to a pair of light-up sensors that can stretch to a whopping 36 feet long. The new gizmos and gadgets were simply coming in at a fast and furious pace that allowed us to incorporate them into our investigations with great results. Imagine having equipment down a set of stairs and into a room or area that actually shows an energy source traveling about the location. I could tell you from firsthand experience that this is incredible and awesome to behold as it happens. Now add several meters and a voice recorder, and you begin to see just what I had challenged my people with for this year, thinking outside the box. On different cases that we worked on this year, we were able to put a family's fears to rest after having potential evidence pointing to a specific relative and loved one. Another case became much more involved than we had expected when the potential evidence started pointing to something completely different than what was suspected to be present. We are still working on that case. Then to historic locations that have become like a home away from home for Agawam Paranormal, as we simply love to work there and always seem to capture unexplained activity during our visits. Westwood Women's Club will be a good example of that. Now, this is a labor of love without any doubt, but I am very honored and pleased to be able to share these experiences with what is and are undoubtedly the finest team and members that I've ever worked with. Matter of fact, I would put these people against any other team out there and expect to come out on top. So as I stated earlier, we are wrapping up our 17th year or season of investigations this weekend. This still completely boggles my mind that this group has experienced such longevity. While many of the faces have changed over the years, the drive and dedication has not. Next year, 2025, is already shaping up to be a busy and awesome year for us. Who knows? Maybe even some more new toys to play with, too. Like a new trigger doll from Bratz of Kamala. Nah, it would probably just scare away any ghosts. Since this is a wrap for Agawam Paranormal for this year, this weekend, let me wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, a very Merry Christmas, and a safe and happy New Year from all of my people and I from Agawam Paranormal. And that's what I got for you today. So I started off pretty good. Then I got mushy. But, hey, mushy is okay, too.
Yeah, that's fine.
But, I'm starting to see all these things about riots and everything. And I had to laugh. It's not funny, but it cracked me up. And what does that say about me? I don't know. I'm assuming you're aware of this, Pete. Women across the country that did not want Trump in office in protest are shaving their heads.
They're also claiming they're going to deny sex to men for 4 years.
Yeah, I saw some of the ones that were saying that. Thank God. So they're shaving their heads.
I just think it's funny that they're only psychologically hurting themselves.
No, yeah. But the video that I thought was funny, even though it isn't, was it was a bald woman that was on, and she says, I see this this activity here that women are doing. They're shaving their heads and blah 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 blah. She says, I just wanted you to know I have cancer.
Yep.
I'm not stupid.
Yep.
And I died laughing at that. I was not the cancer part, but the fact that she didn't want to be categorized with these left-wing nut idiots.
Yep.
That's their form of, protest.
It's not even protest. I think it's a form of mental illness.
Something.
I mean, they talked about TDS, and it's real. You're seeing, and it's performative too. It's not like, would these people be doing it if they didn't put it on TikTok, or if they didn't put it on Instagram, or if they didn't think that 1 million people would love them if they shaved their head? No, they wouldn't.
No,
they wouldn't.
No, you do what you want to do. You want to look like an idiot.
You want to become internet famous for 15 minutes because you shaved your head in protest?
You're not even going to do that. Nobody cares.
Right.
Nobody cares that you shaved your head.
In the end, I have concern for you because I worry about your mental health, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have concern for you because the next day, like when Biden won, I was upset, but I wasn't upset to shave my head.
No.
I wasn't upset to do a drastic life change because somebody else won the presidential election. I'm like, well, all right, well, we lost the election. Now, where do we go from here?
Yep, make the best out of it.
And the thing that blows my mind is seeing the clips and extended clips from all the liberal media and the stuff like that, and all these politicians. They're not learning from their loss. They're doubling down on stuff that got them not elected.
Yeah.
And that's what blows my mind. It's like, do you realize we're done being gaslighted?
Did you see that?
Do you realize we as a people are generally done being gaslighted, and the people that believe that you know, the people that believe what you're spilling to them are just, I feel bad for them. I just feel bad for them because they're just believing whatever they're told and they're not doing an independent research. I love some people that now are mocking all of Trump's picks for the cabinet. These people are unqualified. Well, the qualified people that you've had in there for the last 4 years and maybe 8, 10, whatever, the bureaucrats have run this country into the ground. Mm-hmm. These are the qualified people. I put it in air quotes. Well, okay, so maybe it's time to try something else. Yep. And I believe that's what the country told them. It's just time to try something else. Well, because what's happening is not working.
Did you see the newest Democrat option that they're considering putting on the table?
What do you mean?
They're trying to convince Brandon to resign and not go through.
That's just delusional.
And that's what I'm saying. That's where they're at. That this all plays into that same mindset. That it's like, grow up. I mean,
of course.
But again, it's like listen. We both have said before.
If it was that important for the country, why didn't they do that right after his horrible debate when they knew he was mentally incompetent?
Yeah.
Right. Why didn't they do it? Because they knew that was a loser for her.
Yeah.
Because she'd be saddled with all the policies of the Biden-Harris administration. Because they knew it would be even easier to saddle. So this is all politics.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with what's good for running the country.
No, and we've said before is that people in power do not want to give up that power, and they'll do anything to keep it. And that's what we're seeing now.
It's not even that. It's this country is a game to them.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to me, to Trump, this isn't a game. This is the country, and we have to govern it, not play games with it.
No. We'll see what happens.
That's just my humble opinion.
Yeah, I get you. We only got another month or month and a half, and then things are going to turn right around, hopefully, at least fairly quickly. Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
It's going to take some time to undo.
Yeah, it will.
But because this goes to past Republican presidencies. This is the truly, at this point, they're trying to get rid of the bureaucracy. And a good portion of the bureaucracy.
No.
And Trump didn't know the first time. He admitted on Joe Rogan. He said, I didn't understand how Washington worked. I was a businessman.
Yeah.
And I trusted people around me saying, you need this guy, you need this guy. They didn't know what they. He goes, I trusted these people, and they steered me wrong, and I'm not going to do that again.
There you go.
You see that reflected in his picks for cabinet and high-level advisors and things like that.
Hey, he keeps calling me, and I keep telling him, no, I got my radio show. I got my commitments. But
you're full of crap, because if he called you, you'd be gone in a shot.
Yeah, that is true. So listen,
anybody would.
Let's jump into some Henry Mancini with the baby elephant walk. And we got Bobby's thinking outside of the box. I think this is how Lynn broke her knee, dancing. All right. This is Bobby's Thinking Outside of the Box. This is where I'll give Pete a trivia question with 4 possible answers, one of them being correct. And let's see if Pete can get it right this time. Pete, you ready for your question?
Yes.
Which creature can grow a whole new body from just one piece of itself? Would it be A, the snake, B, the chicken, C, the sea star, or D, the earthworm? Which one do you think it is?
Which is the earthworm?
No, and that was a trick question. The earthworm, when it's split in half, only the head end will survive.
So it's a sea star then?
It's the sea star.
That was my backup answer.
One piece of a sea star can regenerate into a whole new sea star. Then you have 2 sea stars. Now, this is kind of funny. Some California fishing people had trouble with sea stars getting caught in their nets and tearing them up. So they chopped up the sea stars and threw them back in the water.
Oops.
Well, what do you think happened? Yeah, they got more sea stars than they bargained for, because every one of the pieces became one. You may have heard sea stars called starfish, but they're really not fish at all. So there you have it. There's your thinking outside of the box. And that's, yeah, baby. And that brings us into our very first weather report of the day. All right, this week's weather report from the Bobby G and Company show will be brought to you by Pete and I in studio. Worry not, yonder camper. Our chief meteorologist, Hope Goff, will be back soon. You're right.
Except for a few afternoon clouds, it would be mainly sunny today with a high of 51. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 24. Our sunrise is at 6:40 this morning, and our sunset will be at 4:29.
Yeah. As for the weekend, Friday we'll have sunny skies with a few cloudy intervals and a high of 60 degrees. Friday evening we'll have partly cloudy skies with a low of 37 degrees.
Saturday, sunny skies with a high of 63. Saturday evening will stay clear with a low of 33.
Well, Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 64, while Sunday evening will be overcast and a low of 36. And that's your weather for this week. Have a safe weekend. Let's hope that our chief meteorologist comes back real soon. We miss you, honey. And it is currently 27 degrees out there.
That's
my
cold,
God.
man.
Thank God my heat works now.
I know that. I'm glad that's all resolved.
That,
Those guys really busted their butt, huh?
They, well, it wasn't so much, yeah, they did. There were so many factors coming in together to make, to replace my furnace. Mm-hmm. And everything just, knocking on wood, everything just fell together perfectly.
Yep.
And, we ended up, we had to get a new furnace, and that was expensive as hell. And I'm looking at it, I says, listen, I've got a raised ranch. I have never had heat downstairs in my office.
Sure,
I want a blower down there. And he's like, oh, yeah, we could do that. This is the time to do it. Perfect. So that jacked up another $1,500 to get that done. But it's nice. I got my own zone downstairs, so I have my own thermostat. I have it set for 68. It stays nice, and it's warm enough where the hardwood floors upstairs aren't brutally cold.
Oh, yeah, because it's it's rising up into the hardwood floor.
Yeah, so I'm liking it. I was downstairs working yesterday and Tuesday, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is nice. This is nice. And if I want it a little warmer, I can jazz it up a couple of degrees. You know, if we get into a really cold spell, I'll snap it up a couple of degrees. But I'm liking it. And this is the first time ever, I dare say, in that house, again, knocking on wood, that the heat has actually worked correctly and consistently. Before that, I swear to God, they put the cheapest damn furnace that they could possibly buy, and that's what they put in there. And but now we got a really nice unit, very energy efficient, 91%, and this thing is sweet. So I got my buddy Carl, is my electrician friend, a good buddy of mine. He actually called me yesterday. I was like, okay, that's weird. I was literally just thinking of you an hour ago. And he needed advice on a situation that he's dealing with. And I was able to help him. And I says, listen, I need you to come in and replace a pole chain above my washer and dryer. And he goes, oh, you broke it again? I'm like, yeah, apparently. I says, but I also want you to put one in the closet where the furnace and the hot water tank are. I said, this way here, when the guys come in and are working on it, they can just pull the chain and put a light on and be able to see, and not need all these flashlights and everything else. So he was like, oh, yeah, I can do that. No problem. So he's coming over this weekend. We're going to have that done. And so sweet there. Anyway, let's jump into that sinking feeling that I always get around this time. Yeah. Yep. And this always reminds me that Leonardo died because he wanted to. Just saying. Not judging. All right. So again, keep in mind the theme for this week is how well do you know Bobby G? And like I said, the storyline was into fast cars. I've always been into muscle cars, and I said, okay, what songs would I crank on radio? And Lynn went with this one, and I don't know. I told her you're not even close. This is so. She wins the proverbial booby prize. She was the furthest away from the topic. Chris Tomlin.
This is like we did making the list. Songs Bob Plash will hate.
Oh my God!
And he came in with Ave Maria.
Oh, okay.
We gave him a 0.
Give him a 0? All right, so this is Chris Tomlin with Love People. I mean, why would somebody with a huge attitude problem like a song called Love People? I'm just saying, putting it out there. Bobby G and Company, co-host choice.
It drives out fear, it conquers hate, it never gives up, it's never too late. It don't see color, just sees heart. We need each other, it ain't that hard. It's 4 little letters, 1 little word. If we all did it better, be a lot less hurt. If we love people, we all need love people. Underneath the surface, everybody's the same. Everything that could divide us, can we all set that aside and just love people, love people. We all need love people. We didn't all come up the same way, but we're all in need of the same grace. On our own, we won't make it far. If we ain't together, we're falling apart. So love people, love people. We all need love people. Underneath the surface, everybody's the same. Everything that could divide us, can we all set that aside and just love people, love people. We all need love people. Ooh, yeah. Love people. Love is patient, love is kind, love is all we really got. Never fails, never leaves. Faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love people, love people. We all need love people. Underneath the surface, everybody's the same. Everything that could divide us, can we all set that aside and just love people, love people. We all need love people. Love is kind, love is all we really got. We all need love people.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at Rockies.com.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did
it! Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
All right, Bobby G and Company, we are back. I'm way too pugnacious for that song. I'm just saying. That's just no way. No, Lynn, it makes me question whether or not you know me now, much less, guy. So, as I mentioned earlier in the show, I reached out to four of my brothers, basically, from other mothers. These are guys that I've known for decades that, if you're lucky in life, you have one or two of these people. I'm very lucky in life. I've got several of these people that fit this category. These are friends that are always going to be like family to you because they know too much about you, frankly.
Yeah.
And they help, not only do they know where the bodies are buried, they help you dig the hole. So another one of my buddies that is, like I said, like a brother to me, is my buddy Randy. And Randy and I go back, I'll say 42 years. And we just, when we met, we got very close friends very quickly. And, you know, I met him in high school, and after that, we were inseparable. You didn't usually see one of us without the other. Now, Randy is a little guy. He is about 5'8", and he might weigh 125 pounds. I remember we went to HCC because he was signing up for some classes, and I just went with him. Now, Randy is a year older than me, okay, but he looks 12. So we're in the office doing whatever. He's on the computer doing, researching the different courses that were available. And the woman that worked there she was an older woman. She comes over and she says to us, she goes, "I love seeing a father and son come in and do this together." Randy, I thought he was going to pee his pants. He was laughing so hard. And I just gave her a look, and I'm like, he's a year older than me, ma'am. And she was so embarrassed by that. And I was just like, to this day, Randy brings that up every so often. But great guy. And so when I reached out to him, and I said, hey, listen, what do you think? What songs would I crank on the radio when I was driving my muscle cars? And he didn't hesitate either. He went with Foreigner. Feels like the first time. Bobby G and Company, it is 7:02. We'll be right back. Foreigner coming at you.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
All right, welcome back, Bobby G and Company. How well do you know Bobby G? So I reached out to, again, one of my other buddies, Dave, and I met Dave, oh, God, let me think here, probably about 35 years ago, give or take, a little bit more than that even. I used to work at Holyoke Underwater Supply. I was an assistant instructor for scuba and did sales and tank repairs and all that stuff, inspections, all that. And when I first started, I knew the equipment, of course. And so Dave came in, and I didn't know him. I met him, there at the dive shop. And he was the first package deal that I put together. So by that, I mean the wetsuit, the regulator, the buoyancy compensator vest, the tanks, the mask, the wets, everything, the whole 9 yards. And sat down with him and said, okay, look, these are your options. And we went through everything. I must have spent 2.5 hours working with just Dave one-on-one. And we ended up becoming the best of friends and very much so like brothers. And he was my best man when Hope and I got married. And I lost touch with him for, a good 8-10 years. And finally, I found his son on Facebook. And I texted his son. I says, hey, I don't know if you remember me or not, but I'm looking to find your dad. And he goes, oh, my God, how could I forget you, Uncle Rob? And he says, here's my dad's number. So I got in touch with Dave after all those years, right before, it was about a year before our 25th anniversary. So it was perfect, because I really wanted all of my guys there for that, and they were. And we had an awesome time.
I do remember that night.
Yeah, that's right, you were there. That's right, I forgot. So, Dave and I, we spent a lot of time together. He ended up becoming my personal dive partner. If I wasn't with students, I would only dive with Dave, and we'd go lobstering, out of Rockport, Massachusetts, or what have you. And we just always were together. Again, it was a group of guys. You never saw us as individuals. There was always 4 of us, 4, 5, 6 of us together. That it's like, what are you going to do? We never were troublemakers or anything like that, but we didn't take any crap from anybody either. So when I reached out to Dave with this, and Dave right away got back to me with his pick, first thing he came to mind was Steppenwolf with Born to Be Wild. Bobby G and Company, we'll be right back.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. I like smoking lightning, heavy metal thunder, racing with the wind, and the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature's child, we were born to be wild. We can climb so high, I never wanna die.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardie siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Hey, this is Dean Kane. You're listening to my friends Robbie, Lynn, and Pete on the Bobby G and Company Show on WSKB 89.5 FM. I'm also listening right alongside
Mr. Dean Kane. Awesome meeting him.
Also former co-host of Fox and Friends.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he's guest hosted several times.
Oh, okay. All right.
Matter of fact, there was a picture that they posted. Somebody posted a picture of Pete Hegseth when he was picked for SecDef, Secretary of Defense, and it was Fox and Friends weekend, and it was Pete Hegseth, it was the regular Fox and Friends female co-host, and it was Dean Kane.
Oh, wow.
Sitting in the third chair.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's jump into, we got some Mason Williams on deck with some classical gas. And that can only mean one thing. Love this tune. All right, now it's time for everybody's favorite morning show game segment. It's called 3 Headlines and a Lie. I will give Pete 4 different headlines. 3 of them are actually true. 1 is a lie. Let's see if he can guess the lie. Let's see if you can too. You can play right along. All right, so here's your first one. A 72-year-old fends off grizzly bear with handgun while picking huckleberries. Okay. Number 2. Is silica a trendy new smoothie supplement? Okay. Number 3. Sharks off Brazil coast test positive for cocaine. And then the 4th one I got for you, Pete. Bratz releases Kamala Harris doll to capitalize on viral meme, whatever you call that. Meme? Okay. So those are your 4. The 72-year-old with the grizzly, the silica smoothie, the sharks in Brazil, or the Bratz doll. Which one do you think is fake?
Silica in your smoothie.
No. That's real.
That's toxic.
That is real.
That's toxic. That's why they stopped using silicone in breast implants.
Yeah, they put in squeaky toys now. What else? What's your next choice? That one? Nope, that's true.
People are killing themselves. But anyways, then it's got to be Bratz.
Yes, it is. The Bratz doll was the lie. Yeah.
But seriously, silica will kill you.
Yeah, it's poison. I don't know if you picked up on this or not, but I tied this segment into Dark Shadows by making reference to the Kamala Harris doll as a trigger item, knowing that was going to come up later, and I was trying to trick you.
I figured people are such money hungry nowadays that they would.
Who knows? That. Hey, your word of the week, and I've already used it today to describe myself. The word of the week is pugnacious, and that means displaying eagerness to fight. That's definitely I'm a negative individual. I don't know. I'm told I have an attitude problem, but I always come back with but it's just a little one. Anyway, so let's jump in at 7:18. Let's jump into making a less list. We got some Jericho on tech.
You just made the list. Oh, no.
Here we go.
Making a Les list. So when I reached out, now in his defense, Les knows me the least out of any of you guys.
Really?
Yep. He went with a band that I like, but I had never heard of the song. So he went with the band is called Rush. You may have heard of them, little obscure band.
Oh, I know Rush. Rush was huge.
Yes, they were. But he went with a song called Red Barchetta. And I had never heard of this song. But it kind of goes with Cruisin', so I get why he picked it. But, yeah, so he didn't fall as short as Lynn, because he at least picked a good band that I would crank. But this song, I'd never heard it before. So here we go, making a Les list. We got some Rush coming at you.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Hey, welcome back. Bobby Goff here, Bobby G and Company. It was a good song. Definitely a good song by Rush.
Sure, yeah. I'd never heard it before.
He's got such a distinct voice.
Yeah.
And the music, some of the songs actually, that one reminds me of another Rush song, but I can't think of it.
Well, it's because it's a power trio, so there's only so many sounds you can make with a power trio like that.
Yeah, and back in the day, Rush was super popular.
Yep.
So let's jump in. We got another weather report coming at you. Let's hit you with that. All right, so this week's weather report from the Bobby G and Company show is going to be brought to you by Pete and I in studio. Worry not, yonder camper. Our chief meteorologist, Hope Goff, will be back soon.
Except for a few afternoon clouds, it'll be mainly sunny today with a high of 51. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 24. And our sunrise was at 6:40 this morning. Our sunset will be at 4:29 this evening.
Now, as for the weekend, Friday we'll have sunny skies with a few cloudy intervals and a high of 60 degrees. While Friday evening we'll have partly cloudy skies with a low of 37.
Saturday we'll have sunny skies with a high of 63. That's pretty warm for considering the last week.
Yeah, definitely.
Saturday evening will stay clear with a low of 33.
Now, talking about warmer days, Sunday will be partly cloudy but have a high of 64.
Balmy.
I'm telling you, yeah, for November? Wow. Well, Sunday evening will be overcast with a low of 36. We're paying for it at night, but it's going to be nice during the day.
Clear skies.
Yep, there you go. And that's your weather for this week. Have a safe weekend. Now let's hope that our chief meteorologist comes back real soon. It is currently 28 degrees out there right now.
I know. I watched them getting the car ready to go up to a shoot they have to do up at the airport this morning, the students.
Oh, I was wondering what was going on out there.
And, yeah, they're getting loaded up for in the air, on the air. They got to go up and tape that. So I was watching the exhaust coming out of the car, and it was like, it's cold out there.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
So is Tiger Talk going to be live up there?
No. This is a show they tape for the airport. It's a quarterly show they do for the airport called In the Air, On the Air.
Okay.
So they're going up to tape that, and I'm doing Tiger Talk.
Oh, okay. So we're not even going to have any students hanging around here today.
Probably not, no. I think they all went up there.
Oh, okay. I was hoping I got Sophia an early Christmas present. So I was hoping to see her today. I believe this is her tech week and not academic. But
yeah, I think I'm by myself. So
if you see her walking around, tell her to stick her nose in here.
Okay.
If not, I'll bring it back next week. So we've been all day today. We've been talking about, not talking about, but playing music that shows how well these guys all know me, and what I would play when I would drive my old muscle cars and all this. Oh my God! I had an '85 Camaro Berlinetta. Now the Berlinettas were the luxury version of the Camaros. And they were only supposed to have 4 cylinders in them. Occasionally, you would get a 6. The Berlinetta that I bought, brand spanking new off the floor, had an IROC Z8. It was all performance with the luxury options. It was awesome. Blood red, T-tops, the whole 9 yards. I loved that car.
That must have cost you a pretty penny.
It wasn't bad. It was $18,000 back in the day, and that was 85. I want to say it was that I bought it. And, oh, my God, I loved that car. It was my dream car. Looking at it, I was like, oh, yeah, I want this. And I bought American Racing solid spoke wheels for the rims, and I got them wide enough where I could put 245 50s on there. If you could see me, it's like shoulder width for the width of the tires. And they were a low profile. I was actually able to fit them on all 4 tires. We didn't know if they would fit in the nose or not, but they did. And oh my God, that car was so quick, so fast off the line. I'm going to be talking about my buddy Tony in a little bit. I remember Tony had an 86 twin turbo Eagle Talon that was one of the fastest production cars made that year. And I beat Tony in a quarter mile by half a car length. My Camaro was a 305 4-barrel, so it was a standard IROC Z. You did not, because I had so much rubber on the ground, you did not chirp the wheels. You literally launched the car. When I was racing, it opened the 4-barrel off the line. My nose of the car would come off the ground about 8 inches. And you're not steering, you're aiming at that point in time. And until the momentum dies down and the nose comes back down. That was awesome. That car was just incredible. Got broken into years later, and that was it. Then I saw my BMW, and Hope was like, "Look, you go ahead and get it, but you got to make the Camaro go away." Oh, that killed me, but I knew it had to go, and it was just sitting in the driveway, basically rotting. So we ended up getting rid of the Camaro, and I got the BMW that I have today. I can honestly tell you, in my days of youth, if I had my BMW, I would have wrapped it around a tree. This thing is even faster than my Camaro was. Mm-hmm. And but I've always been into not so much, well, I mean, the BMW is not a muscle car, but it's definitely a performance vehicle.
Performance, yeah.
And I've always loved that. So that was the theme today. What would I crank on the radio during, driving sessions, out tooling around with my buddies or what have you. Now, let's jump into Pete's pick, because he hit the nail. It's not one I would have thought of, but he did hit the nail on the head. All right, Pete, what did you go with for your theme? You dropped a song almost immediately.
Luke, I know your song type.
There you go. Now, I can honestly say to you, I don't know if you realize this or not.
I played this before.
This was not on my playlist. I have never played this on the air.
You sure?
I'm positive. I got 38 pages of playlist. This was not on it.
I know I played it on this air before.
Not on my show.
Apparently not. I thought I had. I was crap.
I'm sure you played it, but not on my show.
I'm like, I played this on a show before. That was why I was hesitating, and I'm like, no, but that's Bobby G.
All right,
to a T.
To a T with the Bobby G. So, what'd you go with?
I went with an almost one-hit wonder.
Yep.
The Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Yep. Not the ones out of Springfield.
No.
Okay.
And their song, Tough Enough.
Great tune. And you can crank this one yourself if you want to. Bobby G and Company. This is Pete's Pick. We'll be right back.
So was a lion and the grizzly bear. It's my life, baby, but I don't care. Ain't that tough enough? Ain't that tough enough? Ain't that tough enough? Ain't that tough enough? Oh, you baby, I would swim the sea. Nothing I do for you that's too tough for me. I put out a burning building with a shovel and dirt and not even worry about getting hurt. Ain't that tough enough? Ain't that tough enough? Ain't that tough enough? Ain't that tough enough?
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is 7:38. We'll call it 6 seconds early.
Close enough.
Close enough for union work. And you're listening to Bobby G and Company. And we're just going through some awesome music today. This is music that the individuals that were solicited for this picked out songs that they felt I would play on my radio in the car and have it cranked. And so we've got some interesting choices. We've had some spot-on hits. We've had one that was not even close to being in the ballpark. And then one, ironically enough, loved the band, never heard of the song. That was the Les pick of the week, his Making a Les list. And I am a fan of Rush, but I had never heard this song before. And Pete, you said you never had either.
No, I had. I mean, I've heard Rush, but I've never heard that particular song before.
Yeah, so
I've heard a fair amount of Rush.
Good picks all across the board. And we've got 2 more songs coming between now and the end of the show. And we're going to hit into Hope's Catch of the Week in just a few minutes there, but we're going to chat a little bit prior to that. I can say...
You now have my pick for next week.
Okay.
You just heard it cling.
Yep, I did. I can honestly tell you that out of all the songs that anybody picked, the winner of this contest, event, whatever you want to call it, was Hope. And she picked one of the songs that, to this day, I don't.
Oh, the fix was in.
She actually. I didn't expect her to get one that was this head on, but she knew the band that she wanted, and then she went with the song that's not their most popular.
I really like that song,
but I like this one better.
It's 2 songs.
I like. Yeah, they got 2 songs that are outstanding.
No, it's technically 2 songs.
Yes, it is. But this was. I would say out of all the songs that were played today, because I did not pick a single song this week. Everybody else picked the 8 songs. And I can honestly say Hope picked my favorite song out of all these 8. And it's one of my all-time favorite songs.
I'm going for the win for next week.
You're going for the win? All right, so Hope's got the... where's that wrestling belt? Is that still here?
I think it's in the closet.
All right, so Hope won the belt this week. You're going to find out in just a minute or two what...
if it's in there, you can bring it home to her. She can have it for the week.
That's funny.
Well, actually, no. I better leave it here.
Yeah, I'll leave it here. And so Hope definitely.
And it's a
won
long
this
song.
week.
She picked a long song.
She did. That's why I got to plan accordingly with this.
Mm-hmm.
This was just something I had been kind of thinking about doing this for about a month and a half now, and but Lynn was away. She was doing this. She was doing that, and I wanted to have it where she was here. So I figured, okay, we'll do it when she gets back from Ohio. And she breaks her knee. And I'm like, I don't want to put this off anymore. I'm like I'm like a little kid. I'm chomping at the bit because I want to see what you guys are going to come up with. And then lo and behold, I talked to her. She texted me about 1:30 this morning, and right before I went to bed. And, she's like, she's in a lot of pain. She broke her knee down in Ohio. She came back, and now she's just suffering with it until she can get to the MRI and see what they're going to do and go on with that. So she was all apologetic. She's like, I'm not going to be able to make it. She said, I can't sleep, and I don't have any pain meds left. So she's going to try and hit one of those Medical Express things, whatever they're called, and MedExpress. And if that doesn't give her satisfaction, I got to think she's going to have Jimmy, her husband, take her to the ER. And
I would hope so.
Something.
You'd be crazy not to go.
Yeah, don't put up that.
Don't wait for Because the other thing too is all these walk-in clinics they're not open all the time anymore. They don't have staffing. Just go to the ER. Like, why would you wait it out?
Yep. I mean, you're in agony. I mean, it's not like you got a sniffle. You know, go and get it looked at, get it checked, do what you got to do. You know, obviously she has, I believe she already has the MRI appointment scheduled, but she needs something between now and then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't just say, oh, yeah, okay, I got the MRI. That's going to be good enough. No, that doesn't work that way. You know, I mean, you're in agony. She can't walk. So, you know, I mean, what can she do here? You know, she's got to rely on this. But so we wish her the best. Hopefully a very speedy recovery. I don't remember. Did she have the knees replaced? I don't remember if
I thought it was her hip.
I know it was the hip, but I don't remember if she had the knees done. She's running out of original parts. But, you know, now it's funny because the telemarketers call her and they ask for, she wants to buy an extended warranty on her body. And never mind the car, they sell it to her for her. But, yeah, so Lynn's, you know, she's just dealing with it. So I might, Pete, have you ever had French bread pudding?
No.
Do you like bread pudding?
Not really, no.
No?
No, I'm not a mushy. Like, I don't like cottage cheese or tapioca because of that consistency.
It's a texture issue. Okay. I may end up making, I've been dying to make a batch.
Right.
My grandmother, my mother's mother, so my maternal grandmother, used to make it, and she would take the heels of bread for like the whole time, almost 6 months or whatever, and put them into a baggie and put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then once she had enough bread, she would make it. I'm like, no, I just go to the store and buy a loaf of bread, and I do it up that way. And but
you also put them in the freezer to dry it out a little bit too.
Yeah, no, I just use a like I said, a
loaf
of bread. It's kind of like if you like French toast, it's kind of like that. But like a dessert version of it. And I make a custard sauce that goes over the top. Oh, it is so good. It is so good. So I've been itching for, I want to do a brisket. I want to make my mom's old spaghetti sauce, and I want to make bread pudding.
Okay.
Not at the same time, but I've been itching to do all three of those. And now it's, you know, it's almost getting to the point where it's too cold for me to do the smoker, because, you know, every time you open it, boom, you're starting all over again. It would take forever to cook. So I don't know that I'll do any more smoking this year. I may have to wait till the spring.
See, I smoke in the middle of winter in the hot box because I know it keeps a constant temperature, and I can put my pellets in the side of it and not have to open the smoker.
Well, the only time I would open a smoker would be to spritz it. But you still...
I don't do that in the winter.
The the initial brisket, before you wrap it in the butcher's paper, you're spritzing it every 45 minutes to an hour. And I use pure apple juice for that. And... but like you, the wood chips go in the side of mine, so that's not a factor. But it's the opening the door to spritz it that you lose all that heat starting over again. So that would add a couple hours to the cooking time. But anyway, Hope's catch of the week. This week she went with, and she had a hard time because she actually had a couple of ideas that. For her, she was like, oh, which one do I go with? Which one? And she was going back and forth and back and forth. And she finally settled on the band called Boston, one of my all-time favorite bands. And usually you think of Boston, you think of, I can't think of the name of the song now. It just totally eluded me. What's their big hit? More Than a Feeling.
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I think of...
That was another big hit from them.
I mean, the newer stuff, but I'm talking the classics. And so she went with Foreplay and Long Run. So, and she's so
long
spot
time.
on. What?
It's Foreplay and Long Time.
I got Long Run.
No, it's Long Time.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so that's Hope's Catch of the Week, and that's what she picked for Bobby G, cranking on the radio. Some Boston. Here we go.
then your camera went out.
Uh-oh. There it is. There it is. See, I told you I had the face for radio. All right. So that was Hope's Catch of the Week. Awesome pick, honey. You won the title for this week. Boston for playing long time.
I'm bringing a strong contender for next week.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. You're going to be a tough one to beat with that. But
now that I know the criteria, I'm in.
Yeah, you got. Now that you know what you're dealing with, you're good to go. 7:55 in the morning.
Strong.
I have. We've got some business to wrap up, and let's start off with. All right. You know, I felt like an idiot. I deal with all of this real expensive, complicated equipment with Agawam Paranormal, and I have to be able to fix it at any point in time, diagnose it, take care of it. And a stupid sound effects thing was kicking my butt. And last night I took the thing apart, cleaned the contacts in it, and sure enough, that's all it needed. So my sound effects, and I ordered one already, so I got a new one coming in, but I won't need it. It'll be an extra. So here's Amy's father's terrible dad jokes of the week. All right, you ready, Pete? You ready?
Yep.
How many ears does Captain Kirk have?
How many ears does Captain Kirk have?
Yeah.
2.
Nah, he's got 3. He's got a left ear, a right ear, and a final front ear. Ah, that was bad.
Kelly Clarkson!
Hey, you know, the other day I was attacked by a bunch of clowns in a parking lot, but I won because I went straight for the juggler.
Boring.
Oh, come on. Come on. All right. Hey, did you hear
I only play that because a former friend of mine, when I did my radio show, that was a joke that he busted my chops with. So.
Oh, okay.
And he recorded it for me.
Hey, did you hear about the famous pickle?
No.
He's a really big dill.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, I know. Hey, all right, last one I got for you. What has 4 wheels and flies?
I don't know.
A garbage truck.
All right, here you go. Here, I got something for you.
Oh, what do you got?
Hey, Coles. What do you want? Hey, birthday boy. You're a clown. What would you do if you were attacked by a bunch of clowns?
I don't know.
Well, if you're attacked by a bunch of clowns, go for the juggler.
There you go. Dad jokes before they were dad jokes. All right, so listen, we're wrapping up right now. And
is it bad that I'm a digital pack rat?
Yeah, that's terrible. At least it doesn't take any space. All right, so listen, we're wrapping up this episode of Bobby G and Company. How well did you know Bobby G? One song left on deck for you, and this is the Carol crossover. Tiger Talk is on deck. God only knows what they're going to be talking about, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting. It always is. So sit back, relax if you're in Westfield. Enjoy that show, too. And so Tony, one of my other close friends that I've known forever, he picked this one, again, with zero hesitation. So I want to shout out to my brother Tony. He went with...
Time for the Carol crossover.
Yes, it is. He went with Drowning Pool. Let the bodies hit the floor. Bobby G and Company. Folks, I'll see you back next week. Take care. God bless.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the and the bodies of the